Hey, here at the Sanchez Brother Boxing Gym with the champ, Jason Alacrancito Sanchez. Pugilism in the Hollywood light, baby. So Jason, I just want to tell you congratulations. And I mean, we see your hard work. So for us here in the state, I don't feel like it's a surprise that you're holding that title.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for sure.
So the last fight, Jimmy Vetter, they gave you an undefeated fighter.
Yep.
And you had to fly out of the country.
That's right.
How were the feelings for that, yo?
It was exciting. He was a tough opponent. We knew he was gonna come strong, so we worked hard.
And in the process of that fight, mentally, physically, your whole camp-wise, what was the mentality you guys went into that training camp for that fight to win this title?
We just trying to stay super focused. We've seen a few videos of him, and my dad studied him. I didn't really watch much, but he knew what to work on, and we practiced a few stuff.
Oh, so your dad went to the drawing board and picked some things to critique or add in there, which is good because I mean a good trainer is gonna pull those things out and sharpen that tool in the ring, and I can see that with you guys here. I mean, your family orientation here in the camp. Everything is good, and so off of that, winning that title, what feeling came off of that for the expectation of the game or returning back home, you know?
It was just a great moment. Just came back and worked even harder.
This fight coming up right here, we got you on the Kovalev undercard, Frisco, Texas, right?
Yeah.
Daniel Olea. I mean, we see his record has a few blemishes. Yours is as perfect as Jesus Christ right now. So, I mean, do you think they're seeing the potential in Jason Alacrancito and they letting you allow you to step up in these stepping stones? How do you feel about the opponent they just gave to you?
Well, I feel like he's gonna come tough. I've seen some videos of him. He's a strong Mexican fighter. He comes forward, but I should be able to take this guy.
You switch anything up in this camp for him?
No, we just working a little bit of everything.
And the excitement, I mean, it's on a Kovalev card. We're talking about you being on TV, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, the excitement, the exposure that you're about to receive and stuff like that. How do you feel about that?
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, like you said, more fan base, and it's my first fight being televised, so that's gonna be real cool. Just try not to worry too much about that and just focus on the fight.
And when you first started boxing, I mean, you were how old?
When I first started boxing, I was like 8 years old.
8 years old?
Yeah.
And you started boxing, you seen your older brothers and them being into it?
Yep.
So you just got an interest?
Yeah, well, first I started off in Taekwondo, and then I moved on to kickboxing, and then I did boxing.
Oh, what was your interest to being like Taekwondo or kickboxing?
It was pretty cool, I was super young, but my older brothers would do it, so I kind of felt like I had to get in there.
Just being honest, because you didn't even know it was a young age and you didn't get to go pro with it.
Yeah.
Because Thai boxing has always been my favorite, but I would never get in it because they do kicking.
Oh.
How is that different, and how is that is it harder or somewhat?
It's not harder, it's just different strategy, a lot of footwork, movement, but it helped me. I think it helped me a lot for my boxing because on my footwork and stuff, so that was cool.
That's good. And I mean, you already had two older brothers, and I believe both of them went pro before you, right?
Yeah, that's right.
We have the great late Alan, R.I.P. Alan. I mean, and therefore you see a little bit more of them in the business before you step in. You being around it, did it make it easier for you to step into the pros and be able to adjust more to the light and be able to be comfortable and composed in that ring?
Yeah, no, it really did. Just seeing them and learning from them and them teaching me from their mistakes really helped me a lot.
That's good. So that means you're playing close attention and learning from their mistakes outside the ring.
Yeah.
So you had that close attention to critiquing yourself.
Yeah.
Yep, and that's what ultimately makes a perfect artist in the ring. I mean, no one's your worst critic than you are. But at this point in your career, like I would say probably for a lot of us on our behalf is that we see Jason doing and critiquing his style to where he's able to become a real champ. I see that as a fan. I see that as a fan of boxing, and as I watch the fights. I was there when, at the Manny Lahan battle when he fought. Remember?
Oh, okay, yeah. Nice.
So, I mean, I see a composed fighter. I see a fighter that is willing and able to reach out and understand how he's going to approach the game. Mentally, how are you able to go ahead and feel this out, like being in the dressing room, coming up to fights?
Well, I'm pretty comfortable with my team and just everyone helping me out. I'm pretty comfortable.
Yep. So you got your dad, you got your family in your corner.
Yeah, I got my dad, I got my girlfriend that supports me, and yep.
Yep, that's good. That's real good. Well, Jason, man, like I told you in the beginning, I'm proud to see you doing it big, yo. I just can't continue to wait to see you keep on moving with this progress. And be here supporting you, man.
Thank you, brother.
I'll be there on TV watching you tear it up, all right?
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Thank you.
All right. Peace out from the Sanchez Brothers Gym, Hollewood Ray.